Welcome to the ISU Skating Awards. Over the next 90 minutes, the winners will be revealed. All nominees are excited and ready to join us live online for this special premiere. Ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are in the world, let's come together to celebrate figure skating. Athletes, choreographers, and coaches are about to take center stage and be honored in 7 different categories. Most Valuable Skater, Best Costume, Most Entertaining Program, Best Newcomer, Best Choreographer, Best Coach, and Lifetime Achievement Award. Now live from Detroit, our hosts, Tanith and Charlie White.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the inaugural ISU Skating Awards. I'm Tanith White alongside Olympic gold medalist Charlie White, coming to you live from Detroit, Michigan. We are thrilled to be your host as we take this opportunity to celebrate the 2019-2020 season.
Coming up, you'll have a chance to hear from some of your favorite athletes, as well as standout coaches and choreographers from this past season, as we speak with all the nominees as voted on by you, the fans, as well as the worldwide media and ISU member federations. We'll then reveal and speak with the winners as voted by the jury.
Charlie and I thankfully have a great venue here in Detroit to film from safely. We're all alone in a studio, but we're not really alone because we have all of you with us, and soon enough we'll be chatting with some very special guests as well. But before we get to the award nominees, we'd like to take a moment to just acknowledge the situation we all currently find ourselves in. These are challenging and uncertain times which we're navigating. So as the COVID-19 pandemic continues, let us support one another and our figure skating community in every way we can.
And what does that mean? How do we support our skating community? Well, as community members, we shape our sport through awareness and choice. One thing we must do is ensure minority and underprivileged skaters are provided more and better access, opportunity, and representation in the sport. Skating is a gift, and no one should have this incredible experience ruined. So in these crazy times, please stay safe, stay healthy, but also commit with us to working and learning how to help shape a more inclusive skating community.
Yes, we are so proud to be part of this community with all of you and grateful to do a sport which can unite us, just as we all have come together today to honor the accomplishments from some exceptional individuals. So for these awards, there are 6 categories which were voted on, and in each, the final field has been narrowed down to 3 nominees. So, okay, let's break down how we got here. I'm going to put this on your shoulders.
Okay, this is where the hard work really begins. There was a long list of candidates drawn up by the ISU Skating Awards Commission based on the results and performances of the 2019-2020 season, starting with the ISU Grand Prix of Figure Skating Series and running through the European and Four Continents Championships. Then the public, media, and ISU member federations got to vote, and those votes determined who would be the 3 nominees. Each group of voters contributed 1/3 of the overall vote. And so, here are your nominees.
For Best Newcomer, Aliona Kosternaya, Young Yu, and Alexandra Trusova.
For Best Coach, Rafael Aratunian, Ateri Tutberitse, and Brian Orser.
The nominees in the category of Best Choreographer are Shaylin Bourne, Lori Nickel, and Marie-France Dubroy.
The nominees for Best Costume, Anna Sherbakova, Madison Chalk and Evan Bates, and Yuzuru Hanyu.
For the Most Entertaining Program, Kevin Amaz, Gabriela Papadakis, and Guillaume Cizeron, and Yevgenia Medvedeva. And finally, Most Valuable Skater. The nominees are Nathan Chen, Gabriela Papadakis, and Guillaume Cizeron, and Yuzuru Hanyu. So a lot of great skaters coming up on the show whom we'll be speaking with. There is also one additional very special award we'll be handing out a little bit later on, and that is the Lifetime Achievement Award. Now, Okay, I already know who the winner is. I'm going to reveal that, but we're going to see if you can guess along with everyone at home whom that will be. We're going to put together a little game for you.
Yeah.
If anyone, you don't look excited. Charlie's not a fan of game night.
Well, because she
am.
always beats me.
Figure skating trivia is
It doesn't
definitely
seem
my
fair
thing.
to me that I don't know. It doesn't seem right. But I guess it'll be an entertaining game, right?
You'll be able to figure it out.
Okay, as long as it's awesome.
Yeah, it's not you.
Okay,
Is
well,
what I'm saying.
okay.
For the remaining 6 categories, the winners were decided on by a jury of 6 former figure skating champions who were selected back in December 2019.
And let's remind ourselves who those 6 are. Starting off from Canada, 2-time world champion and Olympic medalist Eric Radford. 2-time Olympic medalist and world champion Chen Liu from China. Miki Ando, 2-time world champion from Japan.
From France, 5-time European champion Surya Bonali. Olympic and 2-time world champion Tatiana Navka from Russia. And from the United States, world champion Todd Eldridge. So there are your jury members. They had the final say on which of the nominees will win the first ever ISU Skating Awards statues. Very beautiful. Also, not a bad souvenir to commemorate the season. You know, I see you looking longingly at one of these. Unfortunately, they weren't around while we were competing. I know you would have loved to add it to your collection. I'm throwing it out there. It's not too late. Come back. Maybe?
I don't think that they're ready to create an award for least successful comeback. So until they do, I'm going to just wait. I'm going to wait for that time to pounce. But it is...
We could make a most tired at the end of the program award for me. Possible. Best hair, you could have won that.
Oh, stop it.
Come on.
Oh,
Okay,
boy.
okay.
Well, this is beautiful, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. We can't wait to hand out the statues tonight.
And, you know, I think in thinking back to, you know, what it would take to win something like this, I'm reminded of our present. And the truth is, I cannot imagine having to compete against all of the young rising talent. It's incredible how far the sport has developed, even in the 6 years since I last competed.
It's been longer for me. Don't feel bad.
Last season, we saw a number of skaters step onto the senior stage and immediately begin pushing figure skating boundaries. And there's no better example of that than the nominees we have coming up in our first award category. Best Newcomer.
Yes, our first award will honor a skater from any of the disciplines who competed very successfully at ISU events in their debut season at the senior level. So let's take a closer look now at our 3 nominees.
"16-year-old Muscovite Alyona Kostornaya emerged from the juniors very senior ready. She turned the tables and won the ISU Grand Prix final. And then, after winning silver at the Russian Nationals, she went on to become the 2020 European champion in her first try. Kostornaya already has a huge fan base, inspiring many. She's a remarkable artist, a fearless and mesmerizing athlete. In order to beat her competitors doing quads, she had to deliver an extraordinary package of spins, footworks, and components. She's one of the few female skaters to land a triple axel in competition. When Jung-Yor skates, she makes it look effortless. She was born in Seoul, South Korea, and became a national champion at 11. Now 16, she came fresh out of juniors to claim bronze in her first ISU Grand Prix of figure skating event at International Skate Canada. In front of a hometown crowd at the ISU Four Continents, she delivered a stellar, emotional performance full of grace and power, and the triple axel, earning herself the silver medal. Yo's rise has been phenomenal, and she showed everyone what she was capable of when she won gold at the Lausanne 2020 Youth Olympic Games. Alexandra Trusova, born in Ryazan, Russia, was only 15 when she graduated to the senior ranks. She rewrote skating history and holds the highest free skating score of 166.62. Known as the Quad Queen, she's the first female skater to land a quad lutz, a quad flip, and quad toe loops in international competition. She takes the most difficult moves in the sport and makes them look easy. A two-time World Junior Champion, she made the seniors podium in each event she entered in the season. Trusova is an extraordinary athlete who challenges not only physical limits, but the limitations of imagination.
And there are your nominees for Best Newcomer: Aliona Kostornaia, Young Yu, and Alexandra Trusova. And we have all of our nominees joining us now. Thank you all. Congratulations for being selected as the finalist. We're going to begin with Aliona Kostornaia. Aliona, you stepped onto the senior stage last season and immediately shot straight up to the top of the podium. What was it like for you to begin your senior career and in your first season become a leader?
It was nerve-wracking to start my senior career, and I didn't think about the placemates. When I was one in the top three, it gave me extra motivation in training, and it pushed me to become even stronger. When I started the season, I couldn't imagine that I would be able to achieve.
Aliona, thank you. If you were nervous, it certainly did not show when you were competing. Next up, we have Young Yu. And Charlie, I know you had a question.
Yes, you had an incredible first season at the senior level, but within South Korea, you've been winning senior national titles since you were 11 years old. How was it to finally be able to compete nearly a full season at the senior international level?
Since I won the national in Korea 4 times, I had a hard time to compete in Korea. So my senior debut was well because I think my hard work was showing, so I'm really happy of that.
Yeah, I think that would be an understatement. Your hard work absolutely showed through. All three of you were just amazing last season, including our third nominee, Alexandra Trusova. Alexandra, you have already made your mark in figure skating history, but what was your goal for your first senior season, and did you surprise yourself at all with the level of success you were able to achieve so quickly?
У меня всегда цель на сезон одна — прокатать свой максимум на соревнованиях. Я очень рада, что у меня получилось эм, так выступить в этом сезоне. Эм, Во второй половине, конечно, было чуть хуже, чем в первой, но все равно рада.
Alexandra, thank you. We can't wait to see what you do next. And we also just want to acknowledge how challenging it must have been for all those voting to narrow down this field to only 3 nominees, because the level of talent across all disciplines last season was just phenomenal. So congratulations again to all of our finalists. All right, so the time has come to reveal our first winner, and we're truly doing this in real time. I have my phone with me, not because I'm unprofessional, but because our celebrity jury is sending me the winner as we speak. Here it is. I got it, really. And the winner is Aliona Kostornaia. Congratulations, young Alexandra. Thank you for being with us. We can't wait to continue watching your careers. We wish you all the best. Congratulations to everyone. Aliona, we want to talk to you a little bit more. You know, even though the World Championships weren't able to take place to cap off the season, how nice is it to be able to acknowledge the success you had last season with this award?
I don't know, I try to do my best every time.
We're going to take a look at your winning short program from the Grand Prix final now, Aliona, which was such a competitive highlight for you last season with all of the biggest names of the season, and you came out on top. It all starts with the triple axel right at the beginning of the program, such a big value element. What was going through your mind at this point in the program? as you were setting up that jump?
I thought about the details of the execution to the smallest details, and I remembered my best attempt in practice. To me, this is very important, as figure skating is not just about jumps. The audience should enjoy that they are seeing.
And she nails it beautifully. Triple axel.
So Aliona, thank you so much. We wish you the best of luck. Congratulations again.
Thank you so much. I'm so proud and happy to have won this award.
And all of the nominees, really, you can include them all in this category. The level of maturity that they bring to the ice when they're competing in particular is just phenomenal. We're taking a look at her Twilight free skate right now in both programs, totally different styles, but you can really understand why Aliona is looked at as one of those skaters who has the full package. She balances the artistry with the technical prowess so well, and it's a big part, along with the triple axel, of what allowed her to succeed last season.
One jump pass to go.
Along with the fact that she can get the crowd into her performance. A lot of times it isn't just landing the jumps, but it's the emotional energy that comes from training and allows you to capitalize in the moment when it really counts. Obviously, the crowd is...
It's easy to forget watching this performance that this was just her debut senior season. So we heard from her a little bit at the beginning of this show. I was just trying my best. I just wanted to focus on doing what I do in training. But to execute that is a completely different thing. And she did it not just at the Grand Prix final, but time and time again throughout the season.
Yeah, I think it's just so incredible. I mean, if we think back to when we were that age, there's absolutely no way I could have handled that pressure. And so many of the young skaters, but especially Aliona, handled it with aplomb and looked magnificent out on the ice. So it's really so awesome that we get to have her be the first ever best newcomer.
Well, the place has gone crazy, and rightly so. She could not have done any more.
All right, you know, watching back that performance, it's really just such a great reminder of all we have to look forward to in the future with all of these talented athletes continuing to develop. Despite the current circumstances, it's still an exciting time for figure skating as a sport, and these athletes are going to be leading the way, I'm sure, for years to come.
Absolutely. And you know, we've seen over the years so many incredible young skaters go on to exceed even their own expectations, but especially with the right guidance and support behind them.
And that is such a crucial component. You want to talk about guidance and support. We have two special guests joining us now who have been offering just that kind of support for countless of champions and artists over the years. Coming to us live from Toronto, acclaimed choreographer and creative director Carolyn Torti, and world champion and world and Olympic coach Brian Orser. Thank you both so much for joining us. So nice to see your smiling faces.
Yeah, we're just so grateful that you can be together in Toronto as Tanith and I are here in Detroit, especially while so many are forced apart. So we appreciate the chance to hear from you about your experiences, Carolyn. I'd like to start with you. You worked on everything from films to commercials and live shows, including the renowned skating show Art on Ice. So to get a little insight, what is your process as a choreographer when you're putting together something, and what do you think is the most important ingredient, if you had to pick one, to making that work as a success?
Absolutely. I think that the creative process for me changes a lot from job to job and creation to creation, which I personally really enjoy. But I think the key ingredient for me is the why, the intention and the story. And there's we all have a lot of different names for that, but it's the heart and soul of what you're trying to make people feel in a program, a show, a film, a commercial, a music video. Always coming back to that and making sure every decision that we're making as creatives is in line with that and is following that path and is guiding us to towards the end result that we want, and always checking in that it feels authentic to the why and to the intention. That's, for me, that's the key.
Well, it's obvious in the way you're able to articulate just that idea, how thoughtful you are in your approach. What's especially impressive to me about your work is just how multifaceted it is. Charlie touched on it, just with all the areas, the different settings and the mediums you've created for. What do you find most unique or even inspiring about choreographing specifically for figure skaters?
Well, I think figure skaters are some of the most impressive athletes that I've ever gotten the ability to work with. You know, I grew up mostly working with dancers, and then to have the ability to create on the ice where we have this motion and this new world that we can achieve things that on floor you just can't. You know, I'm really in awe of their technicality and their athleticism, but I also really love bringing out the artistry in them and guiding them towards that, and finding a way to put an equal emphasis on the artistic side, and you know, just honing that skill as well. And I have been lucky to work with some very true artistic skaters who have it deep within them and can find that balance between technical elements but also the creative, the passion, the finesse.
Brian, we see you nodding your head along with Carolyn. You've seen figure skating move through many chapters throughout your career as a skater, now as a coach. I'm curious, when you look to the future, how do you see figure skating developing? Or maybe how do you hope it will develop? Because it's evolved quite a lot in a relatively short amount of time across all disciplines, really.
Figure skating will always continue to develop, and I think it's, I mean, of course it's up to the athletes, but it's up to folks like us as well to try to stay ahead of the curve. And it's kind of nice to be in somewhat of a position to be able to help manage that and kind of direct where that's going. When you have, you know, I'm fortunate with some of the athletes that I have that we, you know, myself and my team and choreographers, we can kind of steer them in a direction, which is exciting for figure skating, exciting for the fans, exciting for the athletes. It's for everybody.
Absolutely, and that really takes a strong connection. I mean, we've seen over the years at the boards during your skaters' performances, you just live each moment of the program with them. I mean, you might be as exhausted as they are by the end, giving so much of that emotion, but it's awesome to see. So for you, how important is it to have that connection with your students, not just the respect, but the understanding that you're really in this together?
Well, for me, I want these athletes to be the best that they can be and to bring out the best that they have. That may result in a gold medal. That may result in a top 10. But to see that happen and to be part of that is important. And we can't do this on our own. So we have this amazing team at our rink, as do all the other coaches, and with Terry and with Raphael. They have a great team as well, and that's really what it takes. I'm sitting here on my own, but you know, with Tracy Wilson and our group of coaches, you know, we're really fortunate to have, in my opinion, some of the best in the world. And so every day we live it. I'm on the ice with them. I'm doing step sequences with them. I'm chasing them when it's time for those run-throughs, you know. So that's really what it takes, and that's why when you see me at the boards and I kind of live in the moment, it's because I've been living the moment for the last, you know, 7 or 8 months.
And that spirit of empathy and togetherness is just, it's so important, and it's a delight to watch. Just one last question to both of you, and we'll start with Brian. When looking for the balance between interesting choreography and successful execution of technical elements, what's your advice on how to find that balance for each individual skater?
The number one thing for us is you have to have a strong foundation. So you have to have a strong foundation of skating and skating skills and balance and body awareness. Everything comes from the ice up. So whether it's a quadruple Lutz or if it's a beautiful transition through choreography and I have twizzles for you guys, but that we have to start from the beginning. And even if you start with a great, top skater, and they migrate to different training centers, we start at the beginning and we get the foundation going. And a lot of them kind of go, wow, like we never saw skating that way. And then they can do the tricks, they can do the choreography.
I 100% agree with you. You have to have the strength and the foundation, and we've seen skating in the last few years just grow. The difficulty level at a pace that's phenomenal. And I think even an awards show like this, where we're showcasing the creativity that's also put into this, and having the strong foundation, and then letting the tree blossom, and exploring costuming and music and choreography and artistry, they have to go hand in hand to really build the best skater possible.
Well, it's great to hear you both talk about foundation, because all I can say is the sport is so lucky to have you both developing that foundation for the current and next generation of skaters. We'll say goodbye for now, only very briefly to you, Brian, because you're also nominated tonight. So we'll speak to you again soon. Carolyn, Brian, thank you both very much.
Honestly,
thank you.
I could talk to them all day.
Yeah.
I think
join the show.
they have so many. I mean, just in that short amount of time, the amount of just absolutely important information that they are able to communicate. It just goes to show the role of being a communicator, and also the role of great coaches and choreographers, not only in producing figure skaters, but for the development of young people. I mean, that simply can't be overlooked. I know the impact my coaches had on me, and at this point, it's obviously not about skating, but about life. These are hugely influential people in a skater's life, and I think the best of them embrace that responsibility.
Yes, you're absolutely right. And those are traits of great coaches, whether they're coaching at the beginner's level or all the way up to the Olympic level. So we are so appreciative to all those who have committed themselves to playing a positive role in the lives of young athletes around the world, which is why we're thrilled to be able to present the next category.
Okay, it's time to reveal the nominees for Best Coach Award, honoring the coaches whose students achieved outstanding results during the 2019-2020 season. Take a look.
Figure skating coaches are unique. They must teach and inspire different age skaters across various cultures and backgrounds, and embrace the sacrifices and challenges of high-performance skating and turn them into passion. As a former skater from the then Soviet Union, Rafael Arutyunyan started coaching in the mid-70s in Armenia, moving to the US in 2000. Known as a jump expert, he takes his students to new heights. His no-nonsense, systematic, dedicated and innovative approach has resulted in a scoreboard of success stories. Currently Nathan Chen, Mikhail Brezina and Mariah Bell, but also skating legends Michelle Kwan, Mao Asada or Jeffrey Buttle were coached by him. When former single skater and ice dancer Eteri Tutberidze turned to coaching, she had the vision that ladies should be able to do quadruple jumps, just like the men. A great performance is more impressive than jumps, and Eteri delivered spectacular skaters to such a high degree, time and time again. It's rare to see so many champion skaters come from one coach in such a short time. Alina Zagitova, Alyona Kostonaya, Anna Sherbakova, and formerly Evgenia Medvedeva and Alexandra Trusova, a list of skaters who have brought home truckloads of trophies and medals. Brian Orser formed Javier Fernandez, Yuna Kim, and other outstanding talents. When he was a skater, he never saw himself as a coach. But as a two-time Olympic silver medalist and world champion, he has a unique understanding of delivering under tremendous pressure. Jason Brown, Yuzuru Hanyu, and Evgenia Medvedeva are a new generation of skaters currently under his wings. The key to Orser's teaching success is a unique combination of experience and good nature in order to create a positive environment in which each athlete can excel.
The nominees for Best Coach: Rafael Aratunian, Eteri Tutberidze, and Brian Orser. And we have two of our nominees joining us live. Thank you. Unfortunately, Eteri Tutberidze couldn't be with us today, but Rafael and Brian, congratulations to you both for the great season. So because we don't have Eteri, we do fortunately have a message from her that we'd like to be able to share with all of you.
Hello everyone. First of all, I would like to say it's a great honor for me to be in the nominees for the coaches category. Our work is pretty hard. Sometimes we have to be as a coaches, friends, teachers, we have to share our soul. Of course, we get all really happy, then our students get the highest results. Sometimes it's come expected, sometimes as surprise. The other two coaches are highly respected, so I would like to wish all the best to them. Thank you very much.
And thank you, Eteri, for sending that video. We'll turn to you, Rafael, next. And Eteri touched on this a little bit. There's a lot of roles to fill when you are a coach. It takes a lot of passion and sacrifice, but of course there are positives to the role as well. What for you is the most rewarding part of being a coach?
So since I start to teach, basically, my wish was get to close even to best coaches in the world. Just be next to them during warm-ups and, during competitions. Basically, I'm a happy man, and I want to congratulate all of us who was nominated, 3 of us, to compete to be a best coach in the world. But it's already very big being nominated just for it, because there is so many other coaches who would deserve to be here. So I think my dream came true. I'm sitting next to best coaches in the world. And that's what I think main thing what happened to me during all this time. It's already almost half century I'm working for this sport.
Rafael, congratulations. It certainly is an honor to be able to speak with you and to celebrate this nomination with you. Brian, same to you. Beyond the medals, of which your students have so many, what is your goal with your students? And has your coaching philosophy changed at all with your experience over the years?
Well, I'm fortunate that I can take a lot from what I learned as an athlete and being a world champion and an Olympic medalist, and now kind of translate that later to what I'm doing as a coach. And it's kind of cool to say to an athlete when we're preparing, say, for an Olympic Games or a World Championship, to say, I actually know how you feel, because I know how you feel. And so I have that advantage to kind of get into the trenches with them and to sort of guide them through some of the stuff that happens. And you both know too, at the Olympic level, it's a different game. And of course, as Rafael said, being nominated with these great coaches. I remember one of my first competitions in 2007 as a coach. I was backstage with Yoona Kim and walking along, Rafael, and trying to mirror everything that he was doing, because I really didn't know much about coaching. So do I have my hands in my pocket? Do I put them behind my back? I was just kind of following him and just following everything that he was doing.
I think it's so cool to see.
Definitely behind your back.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only way. It's the professional way. I think it kind of makes me emotional, actually, just seeing the two of you talk about your experiences, what it means to be at the top, and also knowing so many of your students and the impacts that you've had on them, not just on the ice, but off the ice. So we want to thank all 3 of the nominees for everything you contribute to the sport, for the performances that your students really just inspired in us from the last season. The jury has sent us their selection, so we're ready to announce the winner.
Yes, I have the text message coming in momentarily here. The ISU Skating Awards Best Coach Award goes to
Ateri Tutberidze.
Raphael, Brian, we appreciate you and all the work you've done. Thank you for taking the time to be with us today and for talking to us. As we said, Ateri was unable to join us today, but we extend our congratulations to her. We also have a special presentation that we hope she'll enjoy with messages directly from her students. Let's hear what they had to say.
She is a very strong person who can achieve the goals she sets herself. I think that what helps her with this is her love for her sport, figure skating, which she passes on to us. She always does her best to help us to find and improve our strong suits. Ateri Tutberidze is very demanding, which helps us to show good results at competitions.
She is the best coach in the world. Every day she spends a lot of time with us, with me and other athletes. And every athlete in our group wants to be like she. We love she, and that is the reason why I think that she is the best coach in all over the world.
Well, some very heartfelt messages there. And so once again, we say congratulations to Ateri, and we look forward to seeing you and your skaters back in competition very soon. All right, so far so good? You doing all right?
I hope so. I mean, there's no applause, which is a little bit hard to deal with, especially, you know, when we're delivering awesome jokes.
There's no orchestra to play us off, so
yeah.
We're doing our best.
Well, we don't need the orchestra for any of the nominees or winners. Really,
no, it's us.
I think it's us. We need like some music to just come in.
If you want to just like, jury, if you're listening, if you want to send us like most valuable hosts and just give us a boost of confidence. No, but seriously, what so many people, including ourselves, love the most about figure skating is that it combines athleticism and artistry in such a unique and often magnificent way. And so a coach, as we talked about a moment ago, is one piece of the puzzle for sure, but another key role on a skater's journey is that of the choreographer, the person whose vision inspires the program, which we just can't stop watching, and who can launch an already talented skater to even greater success. And that is whom this next award honors with the category of Best Choreographer. Here are this year's nominees.
Marie-France Dubreuil is one of the few choreographers who can transform simple programs into an art form. Ice dancers Gabriela Papadakis, Guillaume Cizeron, and Madison Chock, Evan Bates, and single skaters like Nathan Chen prove that. A former ice dancer herself, Dubreuil is a two-time world silver medalist and has won many other medals and titles with her partner and now husband Patrice Lauzon. Together they founded the Ice Academy of Montreal, a place where students are taught to express feelings through movement. And the result? Emotions are portrayed in every program she choreographs. Laurie Nicol is in an exclusive club of choreographers who stood the test of time to become a reference in the world of ice skating. Olympic champion Evan Lysacek and world champion Karolina Kostner and others have been choreographed by her. This season, she worked with a number of champions, including pair skaters Wenjing Sui, Kong Han, and single skater Satoko Miyahara. Nicole turned to choreography when she retired from figure skating and notably owes her international recognition to her professionalism and acute sense of detail. One of the lucky few to be naturally gifted with an artistic flair, Shaylin Bourne never shied away from being innovative in choosing her themes and music. She has choreographed programs for many top skaters, including Yuzuru Hanyu, Shoma Uno, Nathan Chen, and Evgenia Medvedeva. Bourne became the first North American ice dancer to win a world title in 2003 with her partner Victor Kratz. Shortly after retiring, she became a sought-after choreographer whose movements come to life to convey emotions as soon as the music starts to play.
Best Choreographer nominees, Marie-France Dubray, Lori Nickel, and Shaylin Bourne. And we welcome in all three of the nominees now. And on a personal note, we just cannot stress enough the amount of respect we have for the women on the screen. You've had such a positive impact on our sport, and we're thrilled to be honoring you today.
Yes, absolutely. Marie, we're going to begin with you. We wanted to ask, because of course you choreographed for all disciplines, but your training academy in Montreal, your coaching is focused primarily on ice dance. So I guess the question that comes to mind for me every time I see your teams compete is just, how do you find so much variety in the programs that you create for each individual team? And there are a lot of them.
Oh my God, there is a lot of teams, and frankly, my inspiration, I think, comes from everything. You know, from nature, from a movie, from my daughter, from how talented my skaters are, also because I have the chance to work with some of the most beautiful skaters in the world, and I feel very grateful and fortunate for that. So there's a lot of inspiration that comes straight from seeing them moving, or it comes also from my beautiful daughter, because she's also very creative. So I like to bounce ideas off of her, and she's very imaginative, so that helps. And I also have my little creative brother, Sam Chouinard. He's off-ice choreographer, and he's so much fun to work with. And together we always bounce off each other, and we encourage each other to just push the boundaries and really find concepts for each dancers or each skater that really fits their personality and who they are.
Yeah, I think it's really clear the synthesis that you're able to create, pulling from all different sources, but also just pulling it out of the skaters, the team that you get to work with. It's super impressive. We're going to turn to Lori, and like all of our nominees, you've choreographed for both single skaters and teams throughout your career. So how different is the experience for you when you're working with a solo skater versus a team?
Well, both and the solos, they have to have a passionate delight in and a patience for the creative process. We both have a lot of laughter because crazy things happen, bloopers we call them, and then there are moments where something is just so special and you know it's very right and you get goosebumps. So that's the same for both. In pairs, of course, timing and tracking is critical because there's 4 hands, there's 4 feet, and they can all get mixed up in very dangerous ways. And so there's more time spent clarifying and technically clarifying the movement before unleashing it. Whereas in singles, you can just go for broke. You're endangering only yourself, not the others. And that oneness, that extra special energy that a pair creates, you want to give each skater the best opportunity for them to reach their highest potential, but at the same time, they need to come together in extreme unison that makes pairs look so beautiful, but at the same time create this entire other entity and identity in that oneness. So that takes a lot of work, a lot of, kind of like bit by bit by bit by bit. Whereas in singles, you can present an idea and go crazy with it and then come back and refine it. In that way, they're quite different, but they're both phenomenal disciplines, as are the ice dancers are amazing. And I just wanted to take the opportunity to say I'm very privileged and honored to be nominated and to be among these incredible women. Thank you.
Well, we're so honored to be able to speak with you, Lori. Thank you so much. And thank you for infusing that passion, which we can hear in your voice for the sport, into so many great athletes over the years. The same can be said for our next nominee. I have to geek out a little bit because she's also my childhood hero, Shaylin Bourne, the woman who inspired me to dance. And Shay, it's not only me you've inspired, of course, but countless others over the years, including Charlie. But for you, what is it that you love the most about the creative process?
Well, first of all, you guys are doing an excellent job as host. I applaud you. What do I love most? Well, I love being on the ice. I have such a passion for the ice and that glide. And I love sharing the ice with people that have that passion and feel that joy and freedom. And what do I love most? It's getting to know the skater and bringing out who they are, no matter what the story is that we decide on, that the audience gets to see who they are. That's, I think, the best part, and that's for me when the goosebumps come. And it's what makes this job forever enjoyable. I always look forward to the next one. And like Lori said, I just feel really, really honored to be among these women. And there are so many choreographers out there that are incredible that aren't in this group right now, but I applaud everyone because I'm just such a fan of this sport, and I love all your creations, ladies, and many others out there too.
Well, we thank you all. Thank you, Shay, and thank you all for sharing your philosophies that you have so thoughtfully developed over the years with your skaters. I echo Charlie and what an honor it is just to have so much talent on one screen, but there can only be one winner. And boy, am I glad I don't have to pick it. We're going to turn to the jury to send us their selection via text message once more. So we're waiting on it right now. And the winner of the Best Choreographer Award is
Shaylin Bourne. Hey, that's awesome. Congratulations. Lori, Marie,
Wow.
Thank you so much for joining us. You spoke from the heart. It was beautifully said, and we wish you all the best. We look forward to seeing your new creations on the ice soon, but just you in general. So Shay, congratulations. This is your time. You've had so much success as a skater and now as a choreographer. We're going to take a look here at some of the programs you created last season, and we're going to start off with Mariah Bell. So what's the experience like watching someone like Mariah compete the program that you created for her?
Well, I mean, when you get to be part of the process with a skater from the beginning and they trust you, they come to you and they actually trust you and are open to your maybe crazy ideas or whatever it may be, it's with you, that journey that you're on. And then when your hope is that, with what I do, is that when they skate this program, it relaxes them when they hear their music, that they believe in what they're skating to, and that they can be present. And when you actually see that happen, and I just feel emotional, when you see that it's so hard to compete. This, it's so different than a show. But when they get out there and they feel that freedom, despite the fact that their nerves are going crazy, and they can actually be present, the time goes by so fast, and I just feel such joy for them, and feel gratitude that I get to be a part of it, that I'm involved in that process, and seeing them grow, just watching them grow year after year, and open up year after year. And even when they're done and they're retired and they've moved on, seeing that continue in all that they do in life. It's so exciting watching these programs.
Take a look. Yeah, yes, we're enjoying it as well. We saw Yuzuru Hanyu, Nathan Chen, now Rika Kihira, all of those top-level athletes. They already have a distinct skating style when they come to you. So how do you approach pushing them in new directions, but also complementing and maintaining that style at the same time?
You know, like I was saying earlier, it's what their essence is. It's bringing that out, and they all, like you said, are already so talented. They have strengths, and it's bringing out those strengths, but it's bringing out their essence. And I may do a move, and it's the way I do it, but I try to pull out the best way they can do it, and that often shifts to their body and their expression. And yeah, that's the key, just following who they are. And then it's unique and it's them. I mean, what could be better than that one person?
Well, I think that you've done a wonderful job of, crediting the skaters, but there's a certain aspect that you bring to life and especially to the ice it's something like joy, but it's really unique, and it's something that we appreciate when we get to spend time with you, but it's also something that spark of joy is in every program that you create. So I hope that you're willing to just continue working as hard as you have. It's been an amazing thing to be able to watch, especially this past season. We're so happy to be able to talk to you, but specifically so that we congratulate you. So just congratulations one more time.
Oh, thank you, Charlie. Thanks, Tanith. Great job, by the way, too. You're doing fantastic.
All right, we've reached the halfway point in the awards, which you, the fans, got to vote on in 4 of the 6 categories: in Best Newcomer, Best Costume, Most Entertaining Program, and Most Valuable Skater, which is still coming up. The media and ISU member federations voted for Best Coach and Best Choreographer. And I've got to say, you all did a really great job selecting the nominees. It's been wonderful to hear from them so far. And it's a really nice opportunity to acknowledge everything that goes into creating all of these magic moments we see on the ice, because there is a lot to consider.
Yeah, absolutely. I have to agree. In competition, so many important aspects are really just distilled into the one score, but with these awards, I think we're able to really direct individual appreciation for not only the athletes, but for everything from the coaches to the costumes, which is actually our next award category.
How convenient.
Did you see how I did that?
That was a beautiful segue. But really, costumes really do deserve their own award. I can't tell you how many costumes that we've both been through over the years, or by the way, how many are living in our basement right now. We've got to find just the right look to enhance the overall experience. And when you find the right costume, it really just brings everything together. I remember one season, my mom, who was my costume maker, had to make 3 different versions of the exact same dress in 3 different shades of red, just because every time I stepped out on the ice, the coaches would say, yeah, almost, but not quite, for exactly what they wanted the program to feel like. So it's an incredible collaboration between so many artists, but when it's good, you can't imagine the performance dressed in anything else. And so we're thrilled to be able to honor the skaters who went the extra mile to have something truly special created.
So here it is. In honor of the skater or team whose costume enhanced a program through creativity, innovation, and successful interpretation, here are the nominees for Best Costume.
Costumes are an integral part of any skater's program. It should complement the overall picture and embellish the story being told on the ice. That's exactly what Yuzuru Hanyu's stunning costume to his free program Origin achieves. It was a tribute to Evgeny Plushenko's Nijinsky free skating program. Hanyu wanted to be special, therefore his longtime costume designer Satomi Ito chose purple, which is a noble color in Japan, and hand-dyed the material herself. The costume features 80 hand-cut rose petals, creating around 15 roses and 3 embroidered butterflies, enriched with more than 2,000 small Swarovski stones. Thanks to innovative materials and decoration, the costume only weighs 620 grams. This costume tells a remarkable tale of elegance, beauty, innovative design, and craftsmanship. How do you change a costume in the middle of a program without a break? Well, Anna Sherbakova did it in less than a second, changing from a blue to a red dress while skating magically. This should reflect the change of mood in the music and underline the Firebird theme. Sherbakova's aim was to create a wow factor, and based on the reaction of the crowd, the goal was achieved. Costume designer Milena Bobkova chose the material, and more than 3,400 hot fixed stress stones were used to give the costume the brilliance of the Firebird. The Russian makes the change look easy, but it took a lot of practice to achieve the striking and memorable effect. This complex and intricate costume pushes boundaries, making it an integral part of the performance. If the choreography is the story, then the costume is the set. Combined, they can bring to life a narrative, which is what happens when costume designer Mathieu Caron and Madison Chock collaborated to create this piece of art. Madison Chock and Evan Bates's costumes reflect the theme of their Egyptian snake dance free dance. The dress emulates snakeskin in both look and feel. The skirt is fitted when standing still and moves like snakeskin when in motion. They bring us somewhere new, into a mesmerizing trance, into a place where the fabric of the costume reveals the fabric of the story. In over 80 hours of work, more than 14,500 stress stones and several hundreds of little sequins, all hand-attached, bring the costume and program to life.
So there you have it, your nominees for Best Costume from last season. Yuzuru Hanyu, Anna Sherbakova, and Madison Chock and Evan Bates. All three nominees joining us live now. Thank you so much for taking the time. Yuzuru, we're going to start with you. We know how special your Origin free skate is to you, and so of course it was important that your costume feel equally special. So we want to know, how much does a costume impact the way you feel when you take the ice for a performance?
First of all, let me just say how honored I am, and congratulations to all who were nominated. And of course, a big thank you to all the figure skating lovers. I think all skaters mentioned today will agree that we are so privileged to perform for you. Now, to answer your question, of course, weight and ease of movement or comfort requires a lot of tension. We all want to put on our best performance on the ice. For me, costumes are important tools for me to express the story in my program. I also think costumes are one of the things that serve to highlight the uniqueness of Yuzuru Hanyu, the skater. My costumes makes me feel that I want to perform my program, so people who see it will feel that it has to be Yuzuru, it has to be this program and costume.
Yes, Yuzuru, well said. Thank you so much for highlighting exactly why we have this award, because there is so much thought that goes behind these costumes. Anna, we're going to turn to you now. First off, congratulations on being nominated. You had one of the most memorable costumes of the season. The idea of changing your costume midway through, it's not a new idea, but it hasn't always been done as successfully as you did. Why was it so important for you and your coaches that there be this element of surprise midway through the program?
First of all, I'm very to be. And when my coaches came up with the idea of change my costume, I was really so surprised and exciting to do it. I think that costume helps me my character in the program better because in the middle of the program my music was changing and I tried to completely change my emotions in the program, and my costume became more brighter and burning like a real firebird. So I think it helped me to show the character of my program better.
All right, thank you, Anna. We're gonna turn next to Madison and Evan. Your costumes were so spot on for the program, just as the program was for you two. And now I know, Madison, you're very involved in your costume designs. How important is it for your costumes to really enhance the program?
Thank you, Charlie. First, I just want to echo what Yuzuru said, and we're honored to be nominated because both of them have incredible costumes, and so did so many of the other skaters, but so just happy to be here. And as for our costumes, it was really important for us to make sure that our story was clear, because for us it was clear in the choreography, so we wanted to make sure that the costumes emulated our characters very well. And so for me, being the snake, I felt like I wanted the dress to be very fitted and feel like a snake skin on my skin. And I think Matthew and his team did an incredible job bringing that to life. And for Evans as well, he was the traveler and kind of the charmer who entices me in the entire program. And so his costume, I wanted it to look kind of like he had been traveling, so rips and tears, but in a fashionable way, of course.
Well, it's hard for Evan not to be fashionable, but I think what's so great, you know, before you even hit your starting position, we already get a sense of what we should be expecting for the program, and that really translates throughout the program as well. So now we want to thank all of you for the dedication that, you, along with your designers and coaches, put towards creating these beautiful costumes, and we enjoyed them so much. But we're going to turn to the jury now so that they can tell us who they felt had the best costume of the season.
Yes, so we're getting the text message right now from our jury, and the winner of Best Costume is
Madison Chalk and Evan Bates. Anna, Yuzuru, thank you so much. I like to see that little bit of celebration there, that little hug. It's nice to see the two of you together, so congratulations. Now, we talked a little bit about just how much work Maddie puts into the designs, especially with Mathieu Caron. But Evan, I want to talk to you first now, because I know, we all know it's easier for you. You can just put anything on and look perfect. But what degree did you influence this outfit choice?
Not much, to be honest, but I see so much of Madison's passion for artwork. Like, as you can see, this is her artwork behind us on the wall. She's a very talented artist, and sometimes like she'll just like bolt upright in the middle of the night and be like, I have an idea, I need to get it down on paper. Like, she is just truly a creative person, and she's also like, it helps that anything that she puts on looks very, very good on her. But I think for me, like, I always struggle to find the right color for my skin tone on the ice or things like that. And it's like, our look on the ice is kind of unique. And so there's a lot of thought that goes into the color choice and the design and the things that when we get on the ice, you say, oh, wow, that looks great. But behind the scenes, there's so much effort that goes into it. And we have to thank Mathieu Caron and the whole team at his company that I can't even imagine how much work they put into it. The dress is hand-painted, hand-stoned, so heavy. It makes the lift slightly harder, but worth it in the end.
All right, well, we thank you both. Maddie, I know how much commitment you have given to the design, but we do have a very special video that will give us a little more of a behind-the-scenes look of what exactly went into creating these winning costumes. So let's take a look.
Hi, my name is Mathieu Caron. I had the pleasure of designing Madison and Evan's free dance costumes last season. We have been working together for several years, and our collaboration is very natural. Madison comes to me with inspiration pictures, colors, and details that are important to her. Their costumes must show the choreographer's intentions and highlight the personality and skills of the skaters.
Maddie and Evan, congratulations. So well deserved. We look forward to seeing you sparkle on the ice again soon. Thank you, guys.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
You know, honey, you're looking pretty sharp yourself.
Thank you.
While we're talking about costuming.
I mean, we should be able to compliment each other, right? I mean, you look perfect.
Charlie picked my dress out for me.
Obviously.
No, he didn't.
Obviously.
But you know, before we move off the topic of design, we should talk a little bit about the story behind the design of our award statue that all the winners will be receiving, because they were uniquely handcrafted for this event and inspired by the sport of figure skating in several different ways. So the artist Feton Creju from Kosovo created the shape to reflect the beauty of the sport through every angle. So he's represented movement, fluidity, and of course artistry. The bronze is meant to represent the strength of the athletes, and the gold is that finishing touch of glamour. So it's really a special piece of art and hopefully a great acknowledgement to the award winners today that their work is appreciated by the entire skating community.
Yeah, it certainly is beautiful. Very, very well done, and it will look good in some of those houses alongside some awesome medals. So speaking of being appreciated by the entire skating community, it's now time for a very special portion of the show where we get the privilege of announcing the recipient of this year's Lifetime Achievement Award, honoring an individual whose status in our sport has reached that of legendary through both their success in figure skating as well as being seen as a role model around the world.
Yes, so this is the part of the show I've been looking forward to the most. It's game time. So we've created a series of clues for you to try and see if you can guess, and please play along at home as well, who the recipient is this year of the Lifetime Achievement Award. Now, I'm not intentionally trying to throw you off, but just take a look and talk out loud if you need to.
Okay, yes. All right, so these are the clues, and it looks like some sort of misting spray. Could be rain, hard to tell in that small picture. Of course, the most prominent photo, and what I hope will give it all away, cows there in the top right corner. That is a world gold medal. I recognize that. It's beautiful.
Oh, do you?
I had to throw that in there. And we see some skates here. It looks like perhaps whoever is in those skates might have, I don't know, good control over what they do on the ice.
Look, I'm already disappointed. If the cows didn't give it away, we're gonna go ahead and take a look at another slide. I'm gonna give you another chance, okay? So round two, a little bit more specific. Here we go.
All right. Okay, so now that, yeah, look, there's an umbrella that's clearly rain. I would even go so far as to wonder if perhaps someone isn't dancing in the rain. There's a hat. It's floating invisibly kind of right there, but we know a few people in the skating world who can use it to great effect. The incredibly muscular bicep, I feel like, is maybe the biggest giveaway. But we also see some patches on pants, maybe a little bit of a clown effect, some famous clown programs through the past. I think.
Okay, we can stop playing. It's obvious you already know who the winner is, am I right?
I mean, the game is so much fun, and the fact that I usually lose at these games that we play makes me want to just like draw it out, but yes. Should we say it together?
Let's do it. All right. I'm sure you at home have a good idea as well. The recipient of the first ever ISU Skating Awards Lifetime Achievement Award goes to Kurt Browning. Kurt. I mean, there's that floating hat again. Yeah, all the clues in one. There you go.
I'm singing and skating in the rain.
Wow.
Who hasn't heard of Kurt Browning, a household name in the world of figure skating and a four-time world champion? Born in 1966 in Alberta, Canada, Browning made history during the World Championships in 1988 by being the first skater to officially land a quadruple jump, the quad toe loop. But Browning has much more to offer than great jumps. His connection to his audience is deeply intimate. Like a matador in the rink, he's powerful, poised, and fearless. His moves are sharp, his bearing regal, and when he jumps, there's attitude in the altitude. Some of his most iconic programs include Singing in the Rain, where he incarnates Gene Kelly, Casablanca, and Raggy the Clown. Browning continued to be involved in figure skating as a passionate show performer and entertainer. In addition, as a choreographer, he worked with a multitude of figure skating stars, including Patrick Chan, Javier Fernandez, Yuzuru Hanyu, Brian Joubert, Tara Lipinski, Jamie Saleh, David Pelletier, and many more. His impact on the world of sport, especially in his native Canada, is truly remarkable. In fact, he won Best Canadian Athlete of the Year and was awarded the Order of Canada in 1990. Now that's something to boast about. And so, with great honor, the first ISU Lifetime Achievement Award goes to the legendary Canadian figure skater, Kurt Browning, an athlete, a performer, and an artist who has made us marvel at his vision for the place where the metal meets the ice.
And the first ever Lifetime Achievement Award winner is indeed Kurt Browning. Kurt, congratulations. First of all, I want to say I would have gotten it from the cows, those Alberta cows, so distinct. What a great chance this is for the skating community to look back. We so appreciate everything you've given and continue to give to the sport of figure skating on behalf of all of us. Thank you. And I know it's a lot asking to reflect on your entire career, so I'm going to try to narrow the focus here a bit. Let's talk about being a performer first. You were a performer while you competed. You set new standards of that professionally. What is it about skating as an outlet for you which always drew that out of you on the ice?
Tanith, it's easy to remember because I have no long-term memory, and so I think what I do is I just forget that I've been skating this long, and I just love it again this morning, and I get on the ice again, and I think that's what that's one of the things about my career I'm so proud of, actually, is its longevity. So I think the fact that I keep forgetting to quit, it's probably why I'm sitting here talking to you today. But I am an addict. I love skating. I'm a lifer, and I think that there's something that happens when the blades glide across the ice, and then when that's compounded with an audience and music and physicality and challenge and competition and excitement. I'm, like I said, I am so enthralled and thrilled with this sport that I kind of hope I never quit. I hope I'm connected to it somehow, some way for the rest of my life. And so thank you, everybody. You guys are doing a great job, by the way. But if I can say a few thank yous, Lifetime Achievement Award, can I do that?
Absolutely.
Yeah. First off, I want to thank everybody who, I don't know, is it a panel? I think I know a couple of people that were deciding who gets this incredible honor. So, and they're good friends of mine. Well, whoever's on the panel now, you're all good friends of mine. Thank you very, very much for choosing me. I'd like to thank Sandra Bezic for carving so many wonderful programs and creating so many moments for me to enjoy on the ice and to share. Michael Uranek, my coach, who took me to those world titles that gave me so many opportunities, and to the fans, because as you guys know, we go to the rink all the time, but it's only when an audience is in front of us that it becomes real. And so thank you for the support from everybody who's enjoyed not only my skating, but just skating in general. And then to the ISU, this rocks. I think acknowledging people who have worked so hard and putting this situation out there, it's just awesome, a wonderful idea. And honestly, I'm thrilled and honored to be sitting here talking to you about my career.
So one of the things that I think you do so well is spontaneity. You bring something special and a little bit different every time that you do a performance. It might be a different fan that you're looking at, and so that in watching you skate, that's one of the things that I try to emulate when it comes to like trying to make something entertaining. So with that said, you may have noticed there's sort of like a strange shape next to you. Now, this is my best effort, okay, so be kind, but I've got a little bit of a surprise, and I've got something here, and I also could cue some music. I'd like to be able to show something to you. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pull this and pull it.
So you pull sideways and up it goes.
Hey!
Oh, wow. Charlie, you are amazing. Can I?
Look, the trick is not to
grab
get.
it?
You can't. Oh, absolutely. Pick it up, hoist it. Don't get worried about the physics of the rope. Just enjoy your moment. You really deserve it, and you deserve to be the first ever.
Thank you very, very much. And it really does it looks great from every single angle, as a good skater should. And honestly, just thank you, skating world. We're all family, and we all love each other, and we all support each other. And I just love being a part of this big, wonderful family and doing everything I can. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Kurt. Congratulations again. We hope to see you soon.
You will.
You know, watching back Kurt's performances, it's a reminder of how high he set that bar of performance and that personality on the ice. It also leads us perfectly into our next award category, which I'm really excited about. And how fitting is that? Because there's still a lot to look forward to in the show, including a very special musical performance coming up shortly, as well as the presentation of the Most Valuable Skater Award. But first, every year, there are those programs which, regardless of the result they produce, are just so entertaining, you can't stop thinking about them. We can't stop talking about them. And a lot of the times, those are the programs people walk away from an event remembering the most. And so, stripping everything else away, these are the programs which were voted on as most entertaining last season.
So what are we talking about? We're talking about creativity, music selection, expression, originality, performance. So much goes into making this entertaining program. So here are the nominees for Most Entertaining Program.
Gabriela Papadakis and Guillaume Cizeron fully immersed themselves in the 80s by choosing the music from Fame for their rhythm dance. They embraced their characters, wearing a costume straight from the era, using leotard and leg warmers in neon pink and turquoise. It's a big change from their previous programs and presents a different side to their personality, rarely seen by the public. With 4 world, 5 European and an Olympic silver medal under their belt, Papadakis and Cizeron wanted a fun and upbeat program to demonstrate their versatility and innovative streak, and to continue to push ice dance to another level. 2-time French national champion and Grand Prix final medalist Kevin Amos skates like a great drummer grooves. It's deep, it's muscular, fun and full of energy. With the Song of Prince, The Question of You, he found the perfect match. 80% of the choreography comes from Amos himself, and you can tell that he goes all in when he performs, never holding back on emotions. His impressive footwork and moves makes this a memorable act. His short program is reinventing the sport into the place where music and movement meet the ice. 2-time world and European champion and Olympic silver medalist Evgenia Medvedeva dreamed of performing to Memoirs of a Geisha for a long time. The Muscovite felt strongly that the story needed to be told, and that she had reached the maturity and state of soul in her career to bring across her interpretation to the audience. The strong and energetic music written by John Williams is the perfect backdrop for Medvedeva to bring the character alive on the ice with passion, commitment, and profound poetry of movement.
And the nominees for Most Entertaining Program, Gabriela Papadakis and Guillaume Cizeron, Kevin Amos, and Evgenia Medvedeva.
And congratulations to our finalists who are joining us now. I want to, but I think the whole skating world would love to just thank you for creating these memorable programs. There's a real through line when we're watching that video package. The fans are standing and applauding. They had such a great time being able to be in the arena and see that. Gabrielle and Guillaume, we're going to start with you. I have to say, you gave me a real surprise when I heard you were skating to Fame last season, just because we hadn't really seen that part of your personalities specifically on the ice. I think I knew it was there, but was it fun to bring that side of yourselves out in competition?
Yeah, it was really fun. As you said, it's a part of our personality that is there. I know it's inside us, but we've never really shown it to the public yet. So we had doubted it was going to be a good idea, but we decided to go for it, and we don't regret it because it was very, very fun to go for it. Yeah.
Yes, we're very grateful that you did because it was fun for us to watch as well. Kevin, same can be said for you. Your Prince Short program became something really special for you last season. And what was most impressive to us is just your willingness to put the amount of energy you do into the choreography, all those little acrobatic moments. A lot of skaters are nervous that they need to conserve energy for their jumps, but you've shown that you can combine it all. How hard was it to train that program that way?
I think it was not easy, but 80% of the move of the program come from my brain, and I not choreograph the program at all, but I think of every movement I can do, and in competition, it's really exciting to show what I can do, new tricks, new stuff, so I really enjoy to train this program.
Yeah, Kevin, I think that there's a certain type of genius to your movement and ease that just most skaters, like myself, like when I watch you, it's almost unbelievable what you're accomplishing. We're going to turn next to Yevgenia. I know that your Memoirs of a Geisha program was one which you had been working towards for a long time, looking for the right time to present it, and I think it's obvious that you found that. So what was it about this program which you connected with personally?
Well, yeah, I have to say that I was preparing mentally for this program over 2 years to make sure that I'm mentally ready, so that I went through all the emotions that I have to show in this program in my real life. So for me, this is really important to feel the connection with, especially this program, because this is my first program when I put really a lot of my soul. And so I think I made it. So I really love the program. And first of all, I'm so grateful for the opportunity to make it, for the amazing Shailene and all my coaches, because the program turned exactly that way that we was expecting to.
Well, you don't need to guess whether or not you were successful in your efforts. This nomination absolutely confirms that, as do we. It was so exceptional to watch you perform that program all season long. And for everyone, all the nominees, thank you for keeping us entertained and everything you bring to the sport. You're all deserving of this award, but the jury has decided on a winner. I need to get my phone. We're going to get that text message from them right now. The winner of the most entertaining program of 2019-2020 is Gabriela Papadakis and Guillaume Cizeron. Kevin, Evgenia, thank you so much for the performances you gave us last season, and thank you for joining us today. Gabriela and Guillaume, congratulations. This program, there's your trophy right there.
It even says most entertaining program on it. So just like imagine that you're holding it with me. It feels perfect. It feels great. You're going to love it. Yes.
Oh my God.
Guys, this program really was so much fun to watch. It's worth a second look. We would love to hear from you and your thoughts as we watch this back together, because you two have created a lot of captivatingly beautiful programs over the years, which in those cases leave the audience sometimes completely silent until your final pose. But this is totally different. What was it like for you to do a program where you're getting that energy and that feedback from the crowd from the start of the program to the end?
Well, first of all, we want to thank you all for this great honor. We're so happy to have won this award, and yeah, it's been one of the most fun programs to choreograph for us. I think our whole team in Montreal really supported us in that choice. They pushed us to really go in that kind of funny, fun vibe, and yeah, the whole team, Romain, Marie-France, Sam Chouinard, and our dance coach, Émilie José too. So it's a whole team, it's a whole, you know, they're all so good at what they do, and they brought us all the keys to make that program work. And in the end, it was super fun to perform it at competitions as well.
Yeah.
You both are so musical, and with so many of your programs, you make it look so natural. Did you find that you had to do anything in warming up and preparing for this program off the ice before you stepped on to get your head in a different place to take on that fun aspect?
Well, I mean, it's a program that's about, you know, like that's in the 80s, which is not our style because we're not from the 80s, obviously, but I find that to get into the mood, it was about, you know, listening to 80s music and just like trying to get into that vibe, which was like super fun. And yeah, remember when we were trying to choreograph it, we were watching videos of that era and of that movie and sometimes we were just like, a lot of the movements that we kept in the choreographies were at first just kind of joke, like we were moving around and being like, oh my God, it would be so funny to do this movement. And we're like, you know what? I think we should keep it, and we did, and that's why the program is so fun for us. Is because it started as let's just have fun.
You know, it's really hard to find that perfect balance of humor and technical content and still making it a competitive program, and you guys did that so successfully, better than anyone else, and so a very well-deserved award. We thank you for bringing fame back to life on the ice last season, and as always for being such great entertainers and artists. Congratulations again, and thank you for joining us.
Thank
you so much, and congratulations to the other nominees. I think a lot of people deserve to get that award as well, so thank you.
And I totally agree. I think one of the captivating aspects of this award is how much it allows the personality of each skater to shine through their programs. That's something that we often don't necessarily get to talk about a lot because we want to talk about, well, what's the character of the program? Are they somehow stepping away from who they really are? And I think that this award, and what I like about it and appreciate, especially about Gabrielle and Guillaume's performance, is just that it was really them.
Yeah.
It was really them, and they were just, and in harnessing that, it creates a great moment, but it also is incredibly competitive, and they continue to push the ice dancing world forward. So we thank them for that. So watching these clips and these programs, seeing the arenas packed, standing with fans, feels a little strange right now. I know we're all looking forward to the time when we can safely gather in ice rinks again and cheer on our favorite athletes. But in the meantime, I'm really impressed with all of the skaters and other athletes who have remained committed to preparing for a successful return to competition. The ISU Centers of Excellence in Detroit, Switzerland, Italy, Germany, China, and Thailand have also played an important role during lockdown periods by providing skaters around the world with the opportunity to train with some of the best coaches and athletes like Stefan Lambiel, Aliona Savchenko, Andrei Hotarek, just to name a few. And those are some outstanding people and outstanding coaches. I know the fans remain equally committed to supporting our figure skating community as well by watching today and staying connected.
Yeah, and you know, Art on Ice, as the producers of this show, have also been looking for creative ways to bring you these awards in this new virtual format. With the help of music superstar Aloe Blacc, they've put together something really special. Of course, Aloe's known for his hits I Need a Dollar and SOS, but today he's sharing with us his song Wake Me Up, as well as his brand new single My Way that has lyrics reminding us all that we can get through challenges with self-determination, support, and belief in yourself and your dreams. So hopefully all the athletes as well as the fans can accept this next performance as a thank you for all that you've done for the sport and a reminder of everything we already have. Aloe, take it away.
Hi everyone, and greetings from California. I'm so happy to perform for you at the ISU Skating Awards. It's a special moment for every one of us. We're at different locations right now, but for this unique occasion, great dancers and skaters from all over the world are joining me. Here's my song, My Way, and hopefully soon we are all on our way back on stage to sing, dance, and skate in front of live audiences.
said I've been lost, I've been down and out and lonely. Yeah. I've been suffering at a job in a world that tries to own me. But when I wake up in the morning, there's an image of a better place. Yes. Cause the harder that we grind, then the sweeter is the glory. People say I'm foolish. People say I'm blinded by faith. But if I run out of air, if I crash, I don't care. I'm gonna do it my way. I can make it through this. You can throw the world in my face. But the fear gives me life, and I swear till I die, I'm gonna do it my way. Hey, every time they build a wall around me, I'ma tear it down and say, gotta live my dreams. I'm gonna live my dreams. Even when the floods rush round to drown me, I'll just hold my breath and pray, let me live my dreams. Every single one of mine, I ain't quitting none of my dreams. People say I'm foolish. People say I'm blinded by faith. But if I run out of air, if I crash, I don't care. I'm gonna do it my way. I can make it through this. You can throw the world in my face. But the fear gives me life, and I swear till I die, I'm gonna do it my way. Let me fly through the air, if I crash, I don't care. I'm gonna do it my way. Cause the fear gives me life, and I swear till I die, I'm gonna do it my way. Feeling my way through the darkness, guided by a beating heart. I can't tell where the journey will end, but I know where to start. They tell me I'm too young to understand. They say I'm caught up in a dream. Life will pass me by if I don't open up my eyes. Well, that's fine by me. All right, put your hands together. Feeling my way through the darkness, guided by a beating heart. Well, I can't tell where the journey will end, but I know where to start. You tell me I'm too young to understand. You say I'm caught up in a dream, and life will pass me by if I don't open up my eyes. Well, that's fine by me. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself, and I didn't know I was lost. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself, and I didn't know I was lost. but I only have 2 hands. I hope I get the chance to travel the world, but I don't have any plans. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself and I didn't know I was lost. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself and I didn't know I was lost.
Congratulations to all nominees and winners. We're on our journey back to creating art and unforgettable moments. Be open-minded, be open-hearted, and take care.
Wow, that was incredible. First of all, wise words. Thank you so much to Aloe and to the phenomenally talented skaters and dancers that were featured in that video. Okay, another game, real quick.
Yep.
10 points if you can name all of the figure skating superstar cameos that just popped up in that video.
I can't make any promises, but I am shooting for 1,000,000 points. So let's go. Alina Zagitova, Savchenko and Meso, Virtua Moyer, Velocizar Trenkov, Stefan Lambiel, Stepanova Bukin, Sinitsina, Katsalapov, Kevin Amos, and Elaj Balde. I know I'm missing someone in there.
There was also a cameo by Meryl Davis, potentially being lifted by you.
And also...
TBD. Okay, that was pretty unfair, but it's so nice to see all those familiar faces. Hope you're all doing well. A little shout out to all of our skating friends and family. Thank you again to Aloe. Your music and your messages are so appreciated.
Okay, let's take that emotion into the awards presentation. Final category, the ISU Skating Awards Most Valuable Skater. The final award of the show will be presented to the athlete who not only succeeded on the ice, but in doing so, also succeeded in growing the popularity of the sport with their fan base, media attention, and sponsor appreciation. Let's take a look at the nominees.
Named the Quad King by his fans, American Nathan Chen became the first skater to perform 4, then only 1 year later, 5 quads in a free skating program. At 20 years old, he already bagged an Olympic bronze medal from the Pyeongchang 2018 team event, 2 world titles, won 4 continents title, crowned national champion 4 times in a row, and most recently won the ISU Grand Prix of Figure Skating final in 2019. Chen sets a rare example by combining high-level studies and high-level skating, thus drawing attention not only from the skating community. He contributes to the popularization of men's skating in the USA and worldwide with his record-setting athletic abilities. Chen holds the highest score in the free skating and in the overall scores, making him a hard man to beat on the ice. He may not be able to defy gravity, but he certainly forces it to wait. Gabriela Papadakis and Guillaume Cizeron are first in many ways. The French couple are the first ice dancers to break 200 points. They hold the highest rhythm dance, free dance, and total score, and have remained a force to be reckoned with since they burst on the senior scene in 2014. They push the boundaries of ice dance to a whole new level with their innovative ballet style and mesmerizing programs, often inspired by modern dance. They attract new fans to the sport of ice dance and grace the covers of international figure skating magazines and skating books. Especially the French media covers them extensively with feature articles and interviews. They communicate easily and happily with their fans from all over the world. The 2018 Olympic silver medalists have skated together since the age of 9 and often cited as their secret ingredient for success. At only 25, the couple have won 6 consecutive national titles, won the European Championships 5 times, and are 4 times world champions. Yuzuru Hanyu is a trailblazer. His following is one of the largest in ice skating history, making him a leader in both the art and business of skating. Hundreds of fans line up at night hours before the rink opens to get a good seat just at the practice sessions. Every season, Hanyu is on the cover of figure skating magazines worldwide, and his press conferences are packed. He has many different sponsorship deals. He's the first Japanese male skater to win Olympic gold. He's also the first skater to perform a clean quadruple loop in competition, and became the first skater to surpass a total score of 300 points. Hanyu has a complete arsenal of gold medals, 2 Olympic and World Champion titles, 1 Four Continents gold medal, 4 Grand Prix final titles, and is a 4-time Japanese national champion. He even won the World Junior and Junior Grand Prix final titles, making him one of the most decorated skaters in the world.
Your most valuable skater nominees: Nathan Chen, Gabriela Papadakis and Guillaume Cizeron, Yuzuru Hanyu. And here they are, your most valuable skaters. Wow, congratulations everyone on your nominations. Nathan, we're gonna start with you. I know last season ended abruptly, but your skating was, as always, phenomenal, and your supporters were with you every step of the way. What's the experience been like for you growing into the role you have of being such a prominent figure in the sport, now with support from both global brands as well as your fans?
At the end of the day, I'm a figure skater and I love to figure skate, so that's ultimately my overarching focus. All the rest of it comes with skating, and I understand that, it takes more responsibility and other attention to smaller details outside of skating. But at the end of the day, I feel as though skating is the main key to all of that, and so that's where my focus is, and I love it every single day, and look forward to being able to get back into competitions.
Yes, we look forward to that as well. Nathan, thank you. Gabrielle and Guillaume, you've already taken ice dance in directions it never has before. And along the way, you've created a lot of new interest for the sport as well. So how important is it for you guys that you stay connected with your fans? Because you both seem to do such a great job with sharing your experience with them. So how important is it for you to do that?
We try to always skate with our hearts. I think that's one of the main things that we focus on, is always trying to stay authentic to ourselves and bring things on the ice that come from our heart and our soul. And I think as long as we do that, we will always be passionate about the ice and choreographing and skating together. And seeing other skaters like Yuzuru and Nathan skate, even though it's not ice dance, it inspires us so much to push the boundaries as well, to push the boundaries of the sport, but also of the artistry. And we couldn't be more honored to be nominated to next to those two amazing skaters.
Well, Gabrielle and Guillaume, so much of this is really geared towards just bringing new fans in. But I think both Tanith and I, as former ice dancers, we have to say how exciting it is for us to not just say oh yeah, we're still watching ice dancing, but to just be constantly excited about what programs you're going to be putting out there. And for, we want to thank you for just leading the way and continuing to create such an interesting event. But now we're going to turn to Yuzuru. When it comes to your global recognition, your fan base and your support, it's simply amazing. I don't know what I could possibly compare to the dedication of your fans or to the value of what you have brought to the sport. So my question is, how much of your competitive emotion comes from having all of those fans loving and believing in you?
I say the same thing before this, but I would like to say again, I'm delighted to be nominated for this award. And to answer your question, for me personally, all the eyes and the voices from the fan are the pressure for me. I always sense their expectation and their pressure from it. Even if it is just a practice, I can sense them. To be honest, sometimes it's tough and I feel like I'm being close into something, but it's this pressure that actually makes me stronger. It would be terrible if no one expects anything from me. because there is this expectation level I really want to achieve and surpass that. Of course, I can't always deliver the 100%, but what I always try to do is respond to their expectation at 120% level. That's why when I fail to do so, the disappointment is huge, and when I success, it's an amazing sense of achievement that no words can describe.
Well, Yuzuru, thank you for that. And I can say with assurance, even when you don't feel like you're at 100%, you have never let your fans down. So congratulations again to all of our nominees. But the time has come to announce the winner of Most Valuable Skater from last season. The jury is sending me their selection as we speak. So we'll take a look. And the winner of Most Valuable Skater from 2019-2020 is Yuzuru Hanyu. Yuzuru, congratulations. You are the most valuable skater of 2019-2020. Your phenomenal skating, your popularity have all helped the sport grow, not only in Japan, but really all over the world. So my first question is, how important is it to you that you use your popularity to spotlight figure skating and encourage others to support the sport and get involved in skating?
Let me correct you. Since it's not only me who is serving this sport, figure skating is a sport. Yes, there are shows that we are athletes and competitors. You can't compete with only one skater. There's so many amateur skaters who gather to compete, and this is how figure skating as a sport is made. In almost every moment of my daily life, I'm constantly thinking about figure skating, and I am always hoping to become better and stronger. I'm spend every day trying to become better at something to be able to do what I couldn't do the day before. As an amateur skater, I hope to work hard and deliver an outcome that I would desire, what my family, coaches, and fans would expect from me.
Very well said, and you've accomplished so much. It's awesome that you get to include this award. I hope you can really carry this with pride. I have another question, and I think it's something that a lot of young skaters will be looking to you and to your answer. With everything that you've experienced, what advice would you give to the next generation of skaters who will be aiming to achieve the level of success that you have in the sport?
Each one of the skaters has their own style. What they want to express, what they want to be able to do are so different to each other. That's why I am in no position to give advice. I just want to enjoy the best figure skating from the world's top skaters.
I think that's very fair and very well said. And you know, you might not feel comfortable, expressing it, but we are inspired through watching your skating, and I think that the next generation of skaters will be able to take what they've seen you create on the ice and, in their own way, of course, create something special. Yuzuru, watching you is of course, it's so incredible, but to see the impact that you have on your fans, it's really unforgettable. And luckily, we have a video that's going to show us a few of those moments. Let's take a look.
Hello everyone, I am Yuzuru Hanyu.
So, Yuzuru, I'm sorry that I can't hand this to you in person, but it is so indicative of everything the sport owes you, and also to your fans. We know so many of your fans in Japan are watching today. We'd like to give you the opportunity. Would you like to say anything to them directly?
Oh, in Japanese? Okay. ここまで見てくださりありがとうございました。皆さんのおかげでこうやってスケートができていること、そして、自分が追い求めるスケートができていることが本当に幸せです。いつも応援ありがとうございます。そしてこれからも一生懸命、自分の理想のスケートを追い求めて頑張っていきます。どうか応援よろしくお願いします。
Yuzuru, thank you so much. Congratulations once again. We hope to see you soon. So that'll do it for us. We made it. This is the end of the show. Thank you so much for watching the first ever ISU Skating Awards. And thank you to all the skaters, the coaches, the choreographers who made this show and last season so special. It was so nice to be able to take some time and appreciate so many fantastic moments from last season, and to remember how lucky we are that all these skaters and their teams are remaining committed to bringing their incredible skating back to competitive ice as soon as the world is ready.
Absolutely. And I have to commend the voters for their nominee selections and the jurors for the winner selections. And it was really great to have been able to extend the acknowledgements to so many individuals who all contribute in different ways to making last season as memorable as it was.
So from our family to our skating family, please be well, stay healthy, and take care of each other. See you next year.
Congratulations to all nominees and winners.